Take a look at this. I'm absolutely lost for words. How can you even charge money for doing this? Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. Today we have 2006 Tribeca ECM, and what's interesting about this one is that it went to the other repair shop. Actually, let's read the ticket. Blah blah blah. It progressed to total loss of 5 and 3. So injectors 5 and 3 had total loss. Oh, that car must have been shaking. So that was in May 2023. Diagnosed to IC608 issue by pressing on the chip. Yep, that's an easy way to confirm. Also, sometimes when you mess up soldering on IC608 and the car won't start, you can do the same thing. Press on the chip and see if the car shows signs of trying to start. Otherwise, it's just cranking. And had local TV repair shop reflow outer pins in May 2023. Did not remove chip due to concern of doing more damage removing it. Intermittent loss after that on bank 1, especially when vehicle idles, and again in January 24. So looks like local repair shop, TV repair shop. I didn't know they still exist, but even if they do, TV repair shop nowadays TVs are all SMD electronics, all micro soldering. Well, micro soldering is required to do anything with modern TVs, unless they're just swapping parts. Maybe that's what they do mainly. That's why they were not comfortable resoldering QFN chip. But it seemed kind of odd to me that the repair shop does not feel comfortable reflowing or replacing a QFN chip. I mean, they can be tricky, but some of my viewers, amateurs, do it themselves and do it successful. So that was kind of odd to me that repair shop was not comfortable with this repair, especially since you can just watch my videos and know exactly what needs to be done, the exact procedure. Now, do you want to see the other repair shop? But this is just ridiculous. Take a look at this. It's hard to believe that repair shop would do this. I'm lost for words. I'm absolutely lost for words. Because how can you even charge money for doing this? Who is this for? Devin. Devin, if you're watching, definitely let me know, if you don't mind sharing, how much did they charge you for this? Because even if this was free repair, they should actually pay you for for doing this to your ECM. A repair shop. Can you believe it? This was done by a repair shop. Let's see it through the optics. Oh my god, there's a bridge. Yeah, it did look like a bridge. I wanted to check with optics here. there's a bridge. Let's grab some nice tweezers. Over here, that's a bridge. Let's see if I can get better zoom on it. Okay, I lost the signal from the camera. I'm not sure when exactly, so I'm just gonna repeat some stuff and then see during editing. We have a bridge. One of these two, I remember one of these two is in C, but I'm pretty sure at least one of these two is not. So this bridge is just awful. And how did you not see that? How did you not see this bridge? You don't even need microscopes to see this bridge. Just use a magnifying glass. The flux has not been cleaned. This looks just completely atrocious, and I could go on for hours just bashing the other repair shop. You should not be in this business if this is the work you put out, especially with automotive components. And I understand they're TV repair shop, and based on the use of resin instead of chemical flux, well, nothing wrong with that, but that tells me that it's probably an old repair shop, a TV repair shop. So maybe they started in the 80s, 90s, right? When we used to have TVs that were repairable, that didn't require microscopes and other stations and all that. And that's why they're still using resin. So it's understandable they're not comfortable doing this, but then they shouldn't accepted the job, first of all. Well, actually, first of all, no matter what era are you from and what kind of jobs you normally do, the rule number one, you clean after yourself. All right? We teach the kids that after you're done playing with your blocks, you clean up. You pick up your blocks, put it back in wherever they belong before you start doing anything else. So, was this concept lost on this repair shop? Or it's an old repair shop and they're just kind of used to doing stuff. Well, the client's never going to open it, the client's never going to see it. It's not that era anymore. Now we're in the era of online repair shops. So sooner or later, someone is gonna see what you did, see the results of. See, normally, what makes a successful repair shop? Not what I do. No, not what I do at all. Because I should charge like double the price for fixing this mess. But I feel really sorry for the owner, for Devin, that he paid probably hefty price for this. So I would actually do it for free. And Devin is getting a discount because we're not using eBay. Yeah, be aware that you can obviously always order on eBay this repair, but if you reach out to me directly, if you found me via eBay, via YouTube or Google or Google search, you will get a better price than on eBay for two reasons. First, eBay takes a little bit off the top, and 10% goes to charity. So from this repair, I actually get less money than when I just charge directly. Because when I charge directly, I don't donate to charity. It's only because, on eBay, it's very simple. You just check the box, donate this percentage to charity, and then they just send me the payment, the request, or they just they just charge my card and send me the confirmation, so I don't have to do anything. It's not like I don't want to donate when I do direct stuff. It's just it's a hassle. Partially the reason I donate is because it's very simple, it's very convenient. I just click the button and I don't care about anything else. And recently with those stories of completionists, and I kind of just lost the faith in people who accumulate money with the intention of donating it. And look at the shaky hands here. Shaky hands, shaky hands. See this? That is, let's see if I can get a better angle. That is a damage made by a soldering iron. How shaky your hands gotta be to damage here when you're working here. Imagine that. Yeah, I think that yeah, it's time to close that repair shop. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Recently, I had this PS4. Was it? Yeah, where the HDMI replacement also went very wrong. But I do believe it's probably a DIY job. But this, I know, came from a repair shop. Did not expect that. Well, yeah, I guess Devin, you can send this video to that repair shop. Although you probably, if you just Google IC608 on Gen 3 boards, you're gonna find my videos, and there's plenty of them. And you can go all the way back to all the way back to the beginning, which is about a year, a little over a year, and you can see the difference between the work I put out now and I did back then. Right, you can see the significant improvement to my my technique and especially my results. I also have better tools now and a lot more confidence because I've done it so many times at this point. I had my fair share of failures. Well, there was so far one that I corrected, but yeah, it was a failure initially. But even my first QFN resoldering job did not look like this, and I sure as hell did not make a bridge. Okay, this is what it took to clean it. Right. Just literally few seconds. And it looks a lot better. If it wasn't for this bridge, that would have looked at least acceptable. It would be at least acceptable. Or at least I would have seen that, well, someone really tried. And yeah, this is not necessarily easy. Well, not trivial. And another concern that I see over here, the board has been overheated. How do I know? How do I know the board has been overheated? Check this out. We have damaged traces. over here, and over here, and over here. Right? So the solder just started going over here because you heated it so bad, and you can see the scratches over here. See those scratches? There was struggle. It was huge struggle with this. When I normally receive, when I receive boards with prior repair attempt, it's always the DIY job. So I'm not very condescending, or I'm not gonna beat you over the head with it, because you tried, and I encourage everyone to try, because it's not impossible to do, and it's a good challenge. But this is the first one that comes from a repair shop, and it's more messed up than I've seen people doing DIY jobs. That is concerning. That is absolutely concerning, and this is something that somebody charged a lot of money. I assume a lot of money, because in my shop, this repair is relatively cheap, right? Especially compared to ECM replacement. And I get a lot of comments from my friends and family that I don't charge enough, because new ECM is like $800. Maybe you can get it for like $650 plus replacement, plus programming to your VIN, right? So I should charge at least $300, $400, and I charge way less than that. But for those reasons, if other repair shops repair this, I assume they charged hefty money, because first of all, this is expensive device. Second, you take big responsibility, because it's an expensive device. And third, if you're successful, you're saving the client a lot of money. So it's kind of like this thinking of you share your savings with me, right? Now I don't do that, but I'm in a different position. I'm a software engineer. That's my day job, and I make good money doing that. So I don't necessarily need money from the repair shop. I do appreciate it, obviously, and I would like to buy a house at some point, because I'm in my 40s and I still either rent or live at families. So I don't know, not the best. So not at this point in my life, I probably should be I should be in a different position. So we can clearly conclude that I'm not good at making money, or not good at doing business, or at least making business profitable. But what matters to me more is, I'm not sure how to describe it, but first time I did it for the client, this appreciation, this happiness on their faces when their car are working properly for the first time and in a long time, and the problem goes away completely, and they can see the actual procedure. I love it. That's why I do it. Right? And I get some money from it. It's not like I do it for free, right? But to charge, well, maybe we'll find out if Devin has no problem with it. with sharing that with me and me sharing that with you guys, I'll put it in the comment. So we'll know how much the repair shop charged for ruining this board. All right, let's remove the chip, clean the board, and see what we're working with. So this is what it looks like when it's done. When it's done as it's supposed to be done. This might not be the work of art. It might not be breathtaking. But at least there are no bridges. And soldering looks good, right? We want to have shiny soldering joints, smooth, relatively even. All right. The only thing is over here, and this is injector 5. This is injector 6. Oh, 6 is fine. 5 and 4 over here. So injector 5 had, I don't know, the coating, or the protective layer completely scraped, so it keeps sucking off solder. And I'm kind of, I inspected this pen and it looks good. It is soldered on correctly, but it doesn't look the same as the other ones because of this factor. Basically, the board is damaged. The other thing, all those scratches, right? There's no way to get rid of them. Not that it's gonna break anything or anything like that. And I've seen worse, but not from repair shops, DIYs, where I had to restore pens like this one. I had to restore this entire trace. I had injector 6 that needed restoring. But again, none of these were from repair shops. This is what it's supposed to look like, and you've seen what it looked like when I received it. Shouldn't even use the word repair shop describing that previous company that did this. Anyways, let's get rid of Captain. And seal the chip. And one last look, maybe through this camera. Oh, come on. You see that melt? Oh, come on. Melted. This doesn't seem like it's gonna cause anything. It's just really awful thing to do. It's like, why wouldn't you just, I don't know, cover it with Captain tape or just be careful. I would assume that when they worked with soldering iron over here, they just touched over here with the arm of the soldering iron, and that's why it happened. I don't think so, but hey. But I keep complaining about the other repair shops, but actually the fact that repair shops like this exist and they mess up work like this, that's what gives me business, And soldering is not trivial. It's not necessarily too hard, but it's not trivial. And you can kind of see, definitely see like my old videos from a year ago, and compare them to how solder flows for me now, how it listens to me, right? Pretty much the first try, and I get all the pins nicely soldered. The chip sits in place very quickly. It's, it's just, you keep doing that, and you just get better, right? There's nothing more to it, and it's just experience. Also, maybe not only experience, because I also use different tools, and I got familiar with those tools that I use. So yeah, there's plenty of factors. The same with soldering wigs, flux. So I use RMA flux. MA stands for mildly activated. It's slightly corrosive, so be sure to always clean it, because this resin, it was left here, but I don't, this stuff, I don't think it's gonna do anything. I'm not sure. It should still be cleaned, but this one can actually start corroding the board if you don't clean it. But for that reason, it makes soldering a lot easier, because it deoxidizes the surface and it reacts with solder beautifully. The solder flows a lot better. It sticks, especially desoldering. Even if you have really good wick and you have crappy flux, it's still gonna be a miserable experience. And likewise, if you have crappy wick but good flux, it's still not gonna be bad. You're still gonna get the job done, unless the wick is just way too big and you can heat it. But then you can just blow it with other. There's ways around it. It's all, it's all experience. Just keep doing it, and you just get better and better at it. Now let's test. So this is my new tweezers, right, that I've been using for this job. It's actually a little hard to pick up this chip with these tweezers. I usually use titanium, these ones, but these are broken in a way, you can see it, right? They're bent. So they're specifically, I use these for this particular job. That makes picking up this chip a lot easier. And these are kind of straight, or close to straight, right? So I really struggled picking up, well, not really struggled, but it wasn't as smooth as I would like it to be. And I got new solder mask that we will test now. And this one comes with just like the flux. I have it here somewhere, which for some reason I don't use. The tubes with, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like a pump. So you basically don't get yourself dirty. But it's not like you get these replacement stuff. You always have to buy the whole thing. It's not like you get replacement tubes for it. And with these, you just get the tube. And actually, initially, I really didn't like it. I preferred the syringe, these ones. For some reason, I just preferred those. But as I started using this one, I'm not going back to syringe. Okay, where was I? The tube. Yeah. So it's got a little trigger, so I no longer have to get dirty. And this stuff is very tough to clean. No, but I'll give it one more cleaning. For this you need good swabs, the ones that don't shed fibers very easily. So these are regular cheap ones. I use those as well, but you can see already. Actually, let's see under the scope. Okay. So these shed very easily. These don't, or at least not easily. So for this, you definitely need a better swabs, because you don't want to leave all those fibers. And the surface needs to be clean. Well, as I said, for two reasons. One is corrosive flux. The other, the mask is not gonna hold if there was flux left behind. So you want to really clean it really well. It depends. We're only doing depends more. And dry as well. If you leave alcohol, same thing. The mask is not gonna catch. Not that the mask is necessarily required. And that's just part of my procedure. That's how I do it, and it works. Nothing more is required than that. I like it. It cures very quickly. It seems pretty strong. And what I like is that it is clear. So with the black mask, it's very difficult, because if you put too much, the top layer will solidify, will cure, and underneath it'll still be liquid, because the part that cured no longer lets the UV light in for the rest of it to cure. This one's clear, so no matter how much I put, it's all gonna cure. So that sounds very reasonable. Not sure why they make that black mask. I mean, if you put like really thin layer, it's perfectly fine. But for these purposes, like sealing the chip, this seems a lot better solution. Clear mask. Alrighty. I will need to test it later, how to remove it, in case I have to remove it. But this looks good. So this is our chip, nicely sealed. And no more misfires. Alrighty, and that concludes a cleanup of other repair shop. Very nice packaging, by the way. In a small box, and no aluminum bracket. So That saves us. That saves us a few bucks. Alrighty, Devin, thank you very much for your business. The ECM will be on its way back to you today or on Monday if I don't get the address from you in time or before the UPS store closes. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.